Today we're talking about cultivating that culture of success. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The title is Cultivating a Winning Mindset. And each and every one of us are farmers in our own lives. And we have choices and options in terms of what we cultivate in our individual gardens. It is said that the trees you water are the trees you grow, and the trees you grow are the trees that you'll eat from. And I'd like us to talk about three things we need to cultivate in order to produce a winning mindset. Number one, we need to cultivate gratitude. Cultivate gratitude. Many times we are blind to just how blessed we are simply because we don't make time to acknowledge all that we have and express gratitude for it. And lack of gratitude is what makes so many people feel unfulfilled. The person who has a one-room house wants a three-room house. The one with a three-room house wants a double-story house. And when we live life in this manner, we never really appreciate where we are in life. And when it's good to be ambitious and to want more of life, but it's important to see and recognize what you already have. It's also important to express gratitude towards the people in your life. Many times we take people for granted, and when they leave our lives or leave this earth, we end up with regrets about not having, expressed how grateful we were for them. And sometimes it's not that we are not grateful, it's just that we haven't expressed it. But it's not enough to be or feel grateful. You must express that gratitude. Gratitude that isn't expressed has very little impact. It's like buying a gift for someone but never giving it to them. You have bought them that gift, you put it in your cupboard, but until you give them that gift, it has no impact on the other person. So cultivate gratitude for the people in your life. Cultivate gratitude for the talents and favor that God has given you. Cultivate gratitude for the time you have, the opportunities you have, to make a difference, make a living, and make an impact. So, number one, cultivate gratitude. Number two, cultivate self confidence. Cultivate self confidence. Until you believe in yourself, no one is likely to believe in you. Until you believe in yourself, no one is likely to believe in you. And if people don't believe in you, they won't readily give you opportunities because they won't believe that you've got the capacity to execute and act upon those opportunities. There are some people within organizations who have the capacity to become managers and directors, but because they lack self-confidence, nobody even knows that they are there. They fly under the radar. They keep to themselves in their small little corner. They don't make any waves in the organization. And because they don't make any waves, they never make much progress. And the lack of self-confidence closes doors. It relegates people to the spectator seat when they should be on the field, contributing meaningfully to the team. There's a scripture in the Bible that says that King David encouraged himself in the Lord. This is a skill that many people lack. Many of us depend on external encouragement to build our self-confidence, but external encouragement won't always be there. Sometimes the only person you'll have around for encouragement is yourself. So you have to learn to encourage yourself. You have to become your own motivational speaker. Sometimes you'll be facing situations that seem so dire and dim, and that's when you need to engage in that self-talk that will help build your self-confidence. I am the head and not the tail. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And as you start engaging in this positive self-talk, you'll start cultivating your self-confidence. So number two, cultivate self-confidence. Number three, cultivate a positive perspective. Many times our destinies are determined not by the circumstances we face, but how we react to those circumstances. And how we react to those circumstances is influenced by how we see those circumstances. Two people in an organization, for example, can be tasked with running a project that seems to be too big and even beyond what they're capable of achieving. One person will look at it, see it with a negative perspective that says, this is too hard, I'm not capable of doing this. And because of that perspective, they will act in a timid manner. They may even, go to the leader and say, they will not even attempt to run the particular project. Somebody else will look at that same situation, see it with a positive perspective that says, this is my opportunity to advance. This is my opportunity to show my true capacity. And because of that perspective, they will act in a bold manner. They will gather the necessary knowledge, the necessary resources, the necessary team, and they will make it happen and make it a success. The only difference between the two individuals is their perspective. It's not their skill set, it's not their talent level, it's simply the attitude and perspective they've adopted. And so it's important to cultivate a positive perspective if we want to see positive results in our lives. In wrapping up, we said, in order to cultivate a winning mindset, we have to, number one, cultivate gratitude. Number two, cultivate self-confidence. And number three, cultivate a positive perspective, cultivating a winning mindset.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Confidence. Thank you very much. And I think for a lot of people, sometimes these things you know them, but it's different when somebody actually says them and verbalizes them. It makes them a lot more realer for you. But thank you so much for joining us, Confidence, as usual. And of course, we'll be back with you next week Monday.
100%. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Confidence. So that was Confidence.